Wow, that was quick. Hello, one person watching. Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Let me enable this chat here. Who's in here with me? Okay, so basically, I am jumping on here just to kind of address a little bit of what I've had going on with my health the last couple of days. I posted like a super, hi Billy, hi Heather. I've had so many of you reach out and be the absolute most amazing, sweet human beings and ask me how I'm feeling and what is happening and all of those things. And I've addressed a lot of you and I've talked to a lot of you personally, but I really just wanted to come on here and say thank you and just kind of tell you a little bit about what's going on. So we're all friends here. And you know that I have been struggling with upper respiratory infections for really like weeks now. It's been something that's been going on for me since the end of October. I do suffer from severe seasonal allergies. So every year I do struggle this time of year, but this time has been incredibly different. I had pneumonia a few weeks ago and I just haven't really been myself since then. And basically, had to go to the doctor again yesterday. I got blood work done. I got a chest x-ray. Hi, Christy. Hi, Robin. And left with a sack full of medication. And basically, the doctor is just under the impression that I have some really serious allergy problems that I need to address. Now, the reason that I wanted to come in here and talk to you guys about it is because I know some of you are nurses, some of you are doctors, some of you are nutritionists and medical professionals, and I just wanted to start a little bit of a dialogue and kind of pick your brains a little bit, both for advice and also just for some camaraderie if you're also suffering with issues with allergies. So, I am on allergy medication that I take orally. Hi, Ashley. I'm on a nasal spray, an inhaler, a steroid, and all kinds of other things. I've never left with such a sack full of medication from the pharmacy in my adult life. And it's weird because I'm not normal sick. It's an allergy thing. So this is a little bit of a new development. Like normally you get a sinus infection, you take an antibiotic and you keep it moving, and that just hasn't happened for me. So I'm going to try this route and really see if I don't get some relief. So enough about medicines. Let's talk about food as medicine. This is where it gets interesting. Jana, no, here's the deal. The doctor is now basically mandating that I have a hardcore allergy panel done because I've never done that before. I was really kind of in denial and would just take Benadryl or Claritin if I was having a bad day, but it seems like that's just not going to be enough for me anymore. So I am planning to make an ear, nose, and throat appointment and also an appointment with an allergist to try and get to the bottom of what's happening. Jennifer, that's exactly where I was just going to go with this. So I've been really honest with you guys that I have had a couple of cheat days in the last couple of months and a couple of days in a row even, and I'm kind of wondering if it's possible that some of the allergy suffering that I'm having is nutritional. It could be, right? Hi, Dell. Hey, Rachel. Yeah, right? Like, let's think about this. If I went months, and granted, I know that I have allergy issues in the winter. This is not abnormal for me. However, I've never suffered this severely. And this time last year, I was strict balls to the wall keto because I was still actively losing weight at this time last year. So I would say that I have definitely had more processed food and more high tracy, more processed food and more bad ingredients or non-keto ingredients in the last couple of months. So I'm wondering if that is attributing to my health condition. I shouldn't wonder. I mean, your gut health and the health of your body and the things that you put in it is seriously, it's everything, right? I've never been this sick before. Yeah, my house. So I'm going through a deep cleaning spiral. I've had a mask on all day. I'm listening to like the reggaeton station on Spotify, and I'm just dancing around my house, cleaning and dusting everything that's not nailed down, changing the air filter, like just doing all of those things that I possibly can do to try and eliminate some of the culprit. I mean, I think most people are allergic to dust and are allergic to, ragweed and You know what else I'm doing? This company House Mile that sent us the air fryer, they sent us a dust mite vacuum, and it basically is a dust buster that has some kind of special light in it. So your girl is psychotically cleaning. Like, I am dusting up all those dust mites, and I'm just really trying hard to get to the root of what's going on here, because I am so uncomfortable. Those of you that have been, no, brand new home Sabrina, I mean, not brand new, it's 10 years old. I don't keep the cleanest house in the world. Like, we have clutter for sure, and I have a lot of things. I'm a tchotchke weirdo. So I have a lot of stuff and a lot of collectibles, I guess you would say. So I'm just trying to clean everything and do everything that I can in my power to eliminate, the obvious, dust, mold, what have you. So I wanted to talk about this with you guys. Like, I know a lot of you are saying that you use a neti pot, or you use, honey that's local to you, and all of those things. I have tried a lot of those things, and none of them have really worked for me, if I'm being honest. I am really bad about taking daily medications and doing anything for myself in the self-care realm regularly. So I need to kind of be a new Amanda and make a conscious effort to do things that make me feel my best. And I'm very curious to see if going back to hardcore strict keto is going to give me some relief with my allergies. What do you guys think? Do you think it will? I think it will. Right? I'm very, I guess, skeptical when it comes to what other people do for their allergies, because I've had so much bad luck. And talking about keto and inflammation, I never put the two and two together. I never sat there and was like, maybe the inflammation in my sinuses is part of what the problem is. But lo and behold, if I really go back in my mental health, I can be honest and say, like, when I'm strict keto, my health is a lot better. Christy, no kidding. There is something in the trees in my town that literally bogs me down like this every year, but this is bananas. I have been sick since October. The doctor yesterday, you guys, they're doing the intake, right? And they're like, well, how long have you been experiencing symptoms? I took out my phone, and with a straight face, I told this woman, since October 13th, because that's when I went to the doctor the first time. So truly, since the beginning of October, this has been a nightmare for me. I don't use essential oils, not because I don't want to, just because truthfully, they're expensive, and I'm on such a tight budget, and I spiral and get obsessed with things. So before I know it, it's going to be like a $500 habit. I know my limitations. I also feel like the kids would probably mess with them, and I know that, if they drink them or something, it's probably not good for them. Yeah, Kelly, self-care is rough when you have young children. Now, I am good about hygiene stuff. I'm good about washing my hair and getting pedicures and that sort of thing. But when I am ill, especially, I do not take the time to just wind down. I don't let myself just rest. So it's really, really, really difficult for me to do everything that I need to do to get well. Oh, Christy, so here's the deal. I'm not going to say that I'm like off keto or anything like that, but I've definitely been making more lazy keto choices, including things like the low carb wraps and more almond flour than I was eating and that sort of thing. I'm definitely not counting macros, and I haven't for a really long time. So my whole idea of strict keto would probably be to eliminate all grain for a little while and do like the most strict keto that I possibly could without tracking. So technically it probably still would be considered lazy keto, but I'm going to call it more like back to basics keto and basically eat the same way that I did when I very first started a couple of years ago. So that's my game plan, and I will be doing that around the 1st of next month. Not as like a New Year's thing or anything, because we're still definitely living that keto life here. But I will be doing some kind of reboot in the beginning of January. Thanks, Tammy. We certainly are a circus over here. It's a happy one though. I don't know if there is a word allowance. Some of your comments come in nice and full. It's just lucky for me. I have so many of you in here that they're going too fast for me to read them all. I will go back and try to read what I can. So those of you that are asking if I eat dairy, I eat so much dairy, but it's never been a problem for me. I've never had any adverse health issues from eating dairy. And when, oh, hey, Katie, I know, girl, I'm trying so hard to rally. My kids are still sick too. They have colds, but that's just school life. I mean, they like freaking lick each other, you know? Like, what can you do? One gets healthy, and Matt from Keto Connect, no, yeah, Susan, I feel like 40% of my keto diet is dairy. I would have a really hard time eliminating dairy and still feeling like I had a plethora of choice. Like, those of you that are dairy-free keto, like, sis, how? Give me your tips. And here's the other thing, right? If I want to be all sort of grain-free and eliminate even almond flour and wraps and all of that stuff, how in the heck am I also going to get rid of cheese? Nicole, I am so praying for all of you that have sick children at home. I have not had my lap to myself in many, many moons. Everybody's got to snuggle and like wipe their boogers in your hair. I swear they do that on purpose. I did not get a P.O. box yet, but if you would like to send me an email at ohsosweetamanda@gmail.com, I will either give you an address to send it to, or I will give you my own address if I don't think that you're a weirdo. I mean, or all weirdos. Yeah, like Christy, right? Maybe I'll do like a back to basics, and all of us or a lot of us will kind of be on the same page and hold each other accountable and maybe help us power through the tough times. Misty, that makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. When you say that you feel better without dairy, do you mean from like a GI standpoint? Like your stomach feels better, or overall health feels better without dairy? Everyone chime in if you are dairy free or you have like a feeling that you just feel better. Del, you're the best kind of weird. Katie, I'm going to do a whole back to basics, like a restart. I'm planning content, spoiler alert, like if you like a surprise, sorry. I'm going to go back to basics for at least 2 weeks. So the first 2 weeks of January, my birthday's January 25th, so I'm going to try to rein it in until the 25th, which should be about 3 weeks. But I'm basically going to eat and food journal the exact same way that I did when I very first started strict keto. And I think it'll be interesting, and I also think that it's going to help me just feel a little bit better. Hi, Lori. Yeah, I think it's going to help me feel better, and I think it's just going to center my brain a little bit. I've been kind of having a hard time. I think all of us do this time of year. I've been not sneaking, but you know, your girls had some Christmas cookies. I've had a lot of Christmas cookies. Hi, Beth. I wouldn't say that almond flour is considered lazy keto. Here's the deal. To a lot of your hardcore keto gurus, the people that follow it to the letter, any kind of grain substance from almond flour to like those low carb tortillas, most of the things in that realm can be inflammatory because nuts can be inflammatory. So that's why I'm lumping almond flour in with grain and lumping coconut flour in with grain. If you are doing keto for medical reasons and not just for weight loss, if you're doing keto because you have a health issue, something serious, you know, PCOS, cancer, MS, you know, things that are you're trying to get a grip on that way, most of those ingredients are frowned upon. So I'm wondering if doing the strictest keto possible wouldn't, you know, help me figure out what my trigger foods are, because it's very, very, like Melanie said, it's very possible that some of the foods that I'm eating, while they are low carb, they might be high histamine foods. They might be foods that are triggering some kind of response that is keeping me sick and making my immune system suffer. Okay, so your stomach hurts. Interesting, Misty. So would you consider yourself to be like a lactose intolerant? Yeah, I would have a really hard time eliminating dairy altogether. Those of you that are able to do that, I absolutely applaud you, because it really is just, Robin, I'm going to check that out. Thank you. I feel like dairy, if anything, sometimes can constipate me if I eat too much. I know it's TMI, but it is what it is. It can constipate me if I eat too much of it. Like if I really overdo it on fathead pizza, I do have a stomach ache, but it's not anything that I'm not willing to risk to feel like I'm eating pizza. I'm still a food addict, you know? I still like need to eat my pizza. My brain still goes there. Like, you need to eat this. So proud of you, Rhonda. I knew it would happen. Yeah, I also think it's weird how everyone has a different reaction to every food. It just shows how biologically we're all so different. Some people eat too much dairy and they get the poops, and some people eat too much dairy and they're bound up. We're all very different and have very, very different needs. There was this book that I read many years ago before keto, when I was actually still eating a mostly vegan diet, and I think it's called, oh, I'm gonna boop. Change it, or your genetic density, or your genetic destiny. I will find the book and I'll show you guys, but it's basically a book that's about eating for your blood type. So fascinating. I'm not saying that that works for everyone, but it's very, very interesting that a lot of the foods that were recommended and advised against for my blood type seem to be foods that do trigger me and cause a stomach ache. So that's a really interesting book. I will get the exact name and make sure to link it in the description if I post this video in my video list. But just, I love reading about all different kinds of approaches to gut health and nutrition and blood type eating, and I just think it's all so fascinating. I think that nutrition changes minute to minute, and our education of nutrition and what is truly best for us also changes minute to minute, and I soak up everything I can. I read everything I can. Even though I eat a ketogenic diet and it's the way that I have felt best, I'm fascinated by other diets that work really well for other people. I think Whole30 and Paleo are two of, you know, the healthiest ways that you can eat. So I really encourage you to research nutrition and the foods that you're eating and your response on the body, because it's just so interesting. At least I think it's interesting. If you're just doing keto for weight loss, there is a lot more flexibility in what you can eat. If you are, girl, Melanie, I am on Flonase, I am on Claritin, I am on albuterol. I am so hooked up with medicine. I'm just kind of powering through. Aw, Rachel, so don't look at me, but listen to me. Who doesn't love Fat Kid broccoli? It is the best recipe that I've ever made, I think. Also the chili. I'm gonna sell my chili. You guys, if you have not made the chili with chorizo, what are you even doing? It's been cold in Florida. I know it's cold everywhere else. If you have not made the chili, seriously make the chili. It's delicious. I crave it every single day. Dell had the best idea ever for the Fat Kid broccoli. Cook up a chicken breast and stuff it with the Fat Kid broccoli mixture. So it'll be like a stuffed chicken breast. Absolutely delicious. It reminds me of those frozen chemical-filled chickens that you can get in the grocery store where they're stuffed with broccoli and cheese and deep fried. You can make your own version of it at home, and you could totally make it keto. You could get super fancy with that. Yes, Rachel, chorizo and chili is life-changing. I will never, ever make chili without it ever again. It is absolutely my favorite thing to eat. Nana Rhonda, no, I actually just found out that they did a video on that, so I am going to absolutely go and check out the Keto Connect video. I love their videos. I think that they are so freaking educational, and I watch absolutely everything they put out, so I'm going to check it out. Christy Moore, that chili. Even people that are non-keto or not eating low carb, it will blow their socks off. It really will. Like, I feel like I could enter that in a chili cook-off and take home a trophy. Maybe not first place, but your girl will get, like, an honorable mention. I need to plug in my phone. Rhonda, you're the sweetest. You guys, oh, thanks for the super chat. You're such a doll. I'm gonna start a camera fund because you guys are giving me so much hell about how bad my video quality is on my phone. The irony is that I have professional photography equipment. I could technically set that up in my home and film, but for doing all of the quick recipe and quick camera flip stuff that I do, I swear to God, it would take me all day to film a 10-minute video. We'll get there one day, you guys. We'll keep trying, keep plugging along. So those of you that love me, even though I do like cell phone quality, like bless your hearts. just hard out here in the streets. So, talking about upcoming content. Yes, Rita, you better take video. I'm dead ass serious. I want to know exactly how that goes. If you enter my chili in a chili cook-off, I swear to you, I will be the happiest person alive. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more about upcoming content plans for me. Heck yeah, buffalo chicken dip's a good choice. I eat it up. There is nothing in that you can't have, so even if you overdo it, you're all right. It's one of the best things ever. I dip celery into it, and I also have done sticks of cucumber and bell pepper, and that's really good in buffalo chicken dip as well. Pork rinds if you're feeling like you really want to get your fat in. Dawn, you are my friend, and you don't know about the Fat Kid broccoli. Fat Kid broccoli is the most bomb side dish there absolutely is. It is a baked broccoli casserole that has a crap ton of cream cheese and just deliciousness. I've made it a couple of times on my channel, but I will go ahead and link the video to Fat Kid broccoli down below. And then also the chili. Absolutely, Misty, you got it. And then if you really feel like digging in Instagram and swiping down to the beginning, Fat Kid broccoli's on my Instagram feed as well, if you're feeling like you want to go on a treasure hunt. It's absolutely delicious. Do you guys ever get tired of me like tooting my own horn on my cooking? I know it's a little obnoxious, but I'm my own worst critic. So the things that I keep repeating, like go cook this, it's really because it's my best of best. Are you drinking water? Confession. I could drink black coffee all day, every day. I could never drink a sip of water ever again and be perfectly happy with it. I am not one of these people that are like, oh my God, this water's delicious. I have to force myself to drink water. I don't do the water enhancer drops because they trigger my sugar cravings. I wish they didn't. I miss things like Crystal Light and Mio, but when I use them on a regular basis, I feel like it makes me crave sugar. It stinks. Sugar-free Gatorade, how is that? I haven't tried the Gatorade Zero, only the Powerade Zero. Swear to God, if I didn't need my kidneys and you could drink limitless amounts of caffeine, I would probably only drink coffee all day, every day. That's how my grandma lived. That's how my mom lives. It runs in my family to basically drink coffee all day. Those of you that don't drink coffee, I just don't even know how you enjoy your day. I'm just kidding. Kind of. I just can't even function without it. Like my little boys, little Lincoln and Levi, they know how to make me a cup of coffee in the Keurig. That's how serious it is around here. Yeah, it's serious. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about some of the upcoming content that I want to do. I just want to get some of your feedback. I know that you guys are really on board with kind of a keto restart of sorts and doing a strict back to basics keto. I'm really excited about that. So we're going to do that. I'm going to make Dan do that too. And I think it'll be really cool. Another thing that I want to do is I want to do some, how can I put this? More collabs, sort of. I have Hey Mama Shauna. I have a few. I am in Maintenance Rhonda, but I don't feel like I am having the energy surge and the health benefits the way that I was when I was eating strict keto. I'm also probably up about 5 pounds in the last month, and some of that is just from, you know, not spacing out my cheat days well enough, and, you know, being sick has made it so that I'm not exercising and I'm not as active. There's definitely a lot more resting time happening. So I would like to get back down to my 140, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I am in maintenance, but above all else, aside from keeping my weight off, is I want to feel awesome. Those of you that have been on keto for a while, that first like surge of energy that you end up getting is just unbelievable. I literally feel like I was back to my youngest self. Like I felt like garbage for a couple of weeks. I got keto flu really bad. I was like bad, like really bad. I was chugging pickle juice. I took Tylenol because I felt so terrible. Like I was a mess. But once all of that fell off, week 3 to week 4, that's probably what it is. The steroids too. Good call. I didn't even think about that. Someone else told me steroids can raise your blood sugar, and I was really offended by reading that. If I'm going to raise my blood sugar, I want it to be from like some Starbursts. You know what I'm saying? You know, hi Eric. If you're new to keto, Google's going to be your best friend. I've lost 120 pounds since July 2017. God, the thing about live is that you guys get to witness my brain and like my thought bubbles just coming and going. I'm like a squirrel. They come and go. So remind me if there's something that I was talking about and I never got to the damn point, like holler at your girl and let me know. Okay, so I want to do more collabs, definitely more collabs with Lauren, but I'm also going to be doing collabs with some other kinds of channels. I have a girlfriend that I've known since my cosmetic days named Allison Jacobs. She has a channel named Attainable Beauty, and she does like really awesome makeup guru type videos, and I just love her. So I want to do more stuff with, you know, people that do channels that also explore my other interests. So that's kind of what's on tap. I've got some stuff with Keto Steve coming up, and I'm just gonna start kind of like being a hive mind and doing, different things with different people. I really want to share the keto love with people that are on YouTube that maybe never tried keto and never thought that they would like a keto recipe. Like, I love the idea of someone who doesn't eat a keto diet eating or feeding their family keto and just being like, here you go. Here's this chili. See what I did there? Plug in the chili. Make the chili. Yeah, so I've got stuff like that in the works. I don't want you guys to get bored of us, and I don't want to get bored of YouTube. I want to continue doing, content that you guys love, but also sticking to the point, which for me is the health benefits of a keto diet. So I follow a lot of keto channels. I would say 70% of what I watch on YouTube is nutrition related. Lily, see? You're amazing. I also would like to do that. I don't even know how we could do this. Sound off below if you have a good idea. So I get all these amazing inspirational messages and cards and people reaching out and just telling me how much weight they've lost and their successes on keto. And my God, if that doesn't just make my whole life. People in my inbox telling me how anything that I've done has helped them lose weight and feel healthy and feel better. Like, holy mother of God, what an amazing, unique position that I am in. I am just here for you guys, and I am here to keep myself accountable. So the fact that we're helping you, it just really is an awesome, amazing, great responsibility, and I'm so thankful for this platform. Now, here's what I want to do. Those of you that are messaging me and are like, oh, Amanda, like, I've been following you for 2 months and I've lost 20 pounds, or I've been following you and I've lost this much, or I've done, I would love to kind of start tallying how much weight the subscribers are losing, because it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling if I add it up in my inbox. So if we actually made a calculated effort, can you imagine how many thousands of pounds it would be? Misty, that's the impression that I was under, that it's a long-term use, and thankfully this is just a week's worth of steroids. She just wanted me to be able to function. So I'm gonna take them and just not worry about my blood sugar and just kind of do the best that I can, because I really needed them. So I'm glad that you're giving me confirmation that it's a long-term steroids that I have to worry about, though, because the paperwork was like alarming. It really was. Yeah, so I think it would be really, really neat to have an accountability, and like a record. Because I bet even if we just talk to the 100 people that are sitting here right now, if you guys went through and talked about how much weight you've lost, I'm willing to bet that we would be blown away just with this 100 people. Oh, I need a moderator. This guy just asked me what I was wearing. How sketchy. Yeah, so I don't know. I like alcohol too, Tammy. I love me some champagne. Yeah, do you guys see what I'm saying? Does anyone love me enough to write down the numbers in the comments that are coming in right now? Because I'm gonna cry probably. You guys have to understand, okay? Like, I've been a big girl most of my life. I was picked on. I was teased relentlessly. When I was in my early 20s, I lost a bunch of weight. I got down to around 150 and kept my life together for a few years. Then slowly put weight back on. I was in a really bad marriage and a really bad relationship, and I just didn't love myself, so weight kept coming on. Was heavy again for a few years. Lost weight again. Kept it off for a few more years. Did really great, was eating really well, was super active. Like, I thought that this was it. This was the time that I'm gonna keep it off. I'm never going back again. Then I met Dan and I got pregnant back to back and suffered some PPD, postpartum depression, and gained, a person. So this time is the third time that I've done this. And I'm scared. Like, I'm terrified. Like, if something happens in my life, am I going to eat myself back into like a tizzy? Like, I need YouTube and you guys and Instagram and all of my friends here and my family to keep me accountable. So that's why, like, as grateful as you are for our recipes and being here for you guys, we're just as grateful for you, because this has changed my life. This has changed my life. It really has. So just as much thanks coming your way, just as much thanks. It's really, yo-yo dieting is such a dirty word to me. I feel like I did that my whole life, and up and down and up and down and up and down, and I just never found anything that works for me and makes me feel as good as this does. So I'm sticking to it. I'm definitely going to stick to it. There's nothing wrong with being heavy. There's nothing wrong with being overweight. But the way that you feel and the way that you feel about yourself, and this up here, and the way that you talk to yourself about being overweight, that is not okay. That is not okay at all. Keto Dawn, so awesome. You guys see what I'm saying? So this is just 100 people. It's 100 people. Everyone in here has had weight loss or starting weight loss, and I'm just so thankful for all of you. I really, truly am. It's so cool to live in this day and age, and I just think that for all of us to basically have like this built-in network is just so incredible, and I'm like super, super happy for it. Yeah, Kelly, I'll never be scary skinny, because I have a lot of, I just said, if you are just tuning in, I have been up and down with my weight all of my life. So I've lost over 100 pounds. This is my third time. So I have skin. I have areas on my body that, are kind of damaged beyond repair. So being super skinny is not really in the cards for me. And also, like, your girl loves a cupcake. Like, I'm gonna have a cupcake here and there. I just am. I'm gonna drink here and there. I would have to be perfect and maintain 20 carbs a day every day for the rest of my life to get to a skinny place on keto. Yeah. So yeah, I really wanted to jump in and talk about health a little bit and kind of tell you guys that, like, I'm here and I'm struggling, but I'm okay and I'm feeling a lot better. So proud of you, Lissa. That's amazing. That's one of the things that's so awesome about keto, is that you can just jump right back in and lose a buttload of weight. It's not one of those things that if you go off, it's not going to work if you try it again. It's going to work if you try it again. It's the way we're meant to eat. Awesome, Christy. Yeah, if you guys want to talk about stalls, if you have a stall, and a true stall is anything more than 4 weeks of no movement on the scale. If you have a true stall, I would go back to as basic as humanly possible. Crystal, I'm so sorry. I know it's hard. Life is so, so hard. And I think, tragedy really has a tendency. Oh, happy birthday, George. That's so awesome. Oh, that's so great. Yeah, I think a lot of us do really good for a little while, and then we spiral and we eat like garbage, but it's really easy to get back on board. I do eat like a normal person, and I also exercise. Thank you for that comment. I love how people jump in on YouTube and are like, I know your life. So I I really think that, you know, if you are having a hard time sticking to keto, maybe you just need, you know, to reassess. And, you know, I always say, maybe it's not for you. It's not for everyone, you know? I just, I say that, but then there's part of me that is like, oh, how is it not for everyone? You know, it's fruits and veggies and meat and cheese. So I don't really see how anyone can say that it's not a normal way of eating. It's actually one of the most healthy diets there is from a cardiology standpoint, especially. If you guys do not watch and read Dr. Ken Berry, I highly suggest that you do. He is an absolute brilliant man, and his approach to keto and explaining keto and why it is healthy is very, very simplistic and very easy to understand. So, Mr. GL in there, you should educate yourself a little. Just a thought. Ken Berry, there you go. He's everything. Like, I think that his content is absolutely mind-blowing, and I think that he, you know, explains things in a way that it's easy to understand, whereas there are a lot of physicians that talk keto and it's very difficult to understand. Yeah, it makes me laugh, Susan. It always makes me laugh. You know, there's definitely going to be people that I love Dr. Berg. His talks can get a little complicated for the very, very beginner, in my opinion. I love Thomas DeLauer as well. He is one of my favorite nutritional professionals. I think he is brilliant. When did I start exercising? Let's see. Do you want to, Schwinn, do you want to mod for me? I'm only going to be on here for another few minutes. Okay, where was I going with that? Yeah, Thomas DeLauer is smoking hot. Let's not forget. So, talking about keto and exercise. When I first started keto, I was fat and uncomfortable. And I say fat and uncomfortable. Okay, Schwinn, you're a mod. Can you, like, help me control creepazillas? I owe you one. When I first started keto, I was miserable. My knees hurt, my joints hurt, my back hurt. I would get winded just walking through the grocery store, through Walmart. So I couldn't exercise. I was too heavy to physically comfortably exercise. So about 3 months in, I started to brave it, you know, and I started going to the gym. I started walking around my block. I just started doing a lot of really amazing things, and I had the energy to do it. So I am not a run to the gym gal. That's not how I get my physical activity. I literally dance in my house. I dance in my house while I'm cleaning. I dance in the store with my kids. I basically am just an active person. I'm also a professional photographer, and any of you that know anything about wedding photography, brutal, long, very, very active days. Lots of running and squatting and, you know, up and down from the ground. So the majority of my exercise comes from work and just being a very physically active person. Yes, I eat 7 cups of veggies every single day. Not measured out, but I eat a tremendous amount of vegetables every day. Yes, I do. It's the only way that I feel super full. So, yeah, photography is a huge part of my exercise. And, you know, I have 2 toddlers and they're both on the spectrum. So to tell you that they never stop moving is not an understatement. I am constantly basically running, jumping, leaping, dancing. That's who I am now. And when I was super heavy, I couldn't be that person. Not for them, not for myself. I was miserable. Just very uncomfortable. So I started exercising when my body physically started to feel more comfortable. I was down a good 35 pounds in that first 3 months. So once I got a little bit of weight off of me and started to feel better, I just started to chance it. But I don't like throw on my leggings and run to the gym every day. That's not my thing. That's not my thing at all. I don't dislike going to the gym. I just don't make a lot of time for it. Yeah, intermittent fasting. Yes, I do. I very rarely eat breakfast. Too cute, Martin. Yes, I did lose weight as a vegan and vegetarian for many years, but my health was not great. I was thin, but I also was tired and was anemic. I probably just wasn't eating the right things on a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet. So I would have needed to up my iron and just kind of tweak a lot of things, but I just wasn't super healthy. I agree with Mama Shauna. I love a green smoothie to get my veggies in. You can get 7 cups of kale into one smoothie. Doesn't taste delicious, but if you add some almond milk and a couple of blueberries and strawberries, you can definitely make it something that you can get down. Smoothies is a really great way to get your veggies in. Yeah, so Sancho. My dachshund is humping my pit bull right now. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. Yeah, so intermittent fasting. I typically don't eat breakfast, and I almost always start my day with coffee. Most of the time, it's a black coffee. I only consider myself to be intermittent fasting if it is black coffee. If I add any creamer or anything, that's technically considered a meal. Anything more than 60 calories is a meal. I like carnivore. I like carnivore a lot. I kind of eat carnivore till 4 by default. It just usually ends up being what my meal structure is. But for the most part, I wake up, I drink a cup or 3 of black coffee, and then I'm not ready for lunch until around 2 o'clock. So I usually eat lunch around 2 o'clock. Then we eat dinner late. We usually don't eat dinner until 8 or 9 o'clock, and then I'm not eating again until 2 p.m. the next day. Does that make sense? That's what a normal day looks like for me. Yeah, those days that I'm doing my coffee with like half and half or bulletproof coffee and adding the skinny syrups and all of that kind of stuff, that is not considered fasting, y'all. That's breakfast. You don't have to do black coffee. Just be mindful that if you're adding creamer to your coffee, it's not considered fasting. So if you are trying to incorporate some fasting, you might want to switch that up a little bit. A lot of people don't like black coffee. When I first started keto, I was drinking coffee all day long, loaded with Coffee Mate sugary creamer and not measuring anything, just free pouring it in. And I would drink like 10 of those a day. I had to work up to black coffee, you guys. Like, I didn't like it at first. I hated it at first, but I wanted to be able to drink unlimited amounts of coffee. And the only way to be able to drink unlimited amounts of coffee without it affecting your caloric intake is to drink it black. It took me a good 6 weeks, though. I made myself drink it every single day. I don't have trouble going to the bathroom, but I also do coconut oil. So like MCT oil is a natural laxative. So if you're having trouble going to the bathroom, try doing a bulletproof coffee or adding some MCT oil to something else. Dawn, that is a matter of opinion about Bang breaking a fast. Some say yes, some say no. The only way to truly tell would be to get one of those ketone blood monitors and kind of check to see if it takes you out of ketosis. If it doesn't take you out of ketosis, I would say that it's not affecting you. I know that doesn't totally make sense. Let me backtrack, okay? I would say that Bang does not, it's an energy drink that you can get from GNC and on Amazon and vpxsports.com. Some people say Bang is keto friendly. Some say that it isn't. You know, from a purely weight loss standpoint, Bang is keto weight loss friendly. If you are someone that is, yes, way better than Rockstar Zero. No, I just drink it black. Sweetener would not break the fast, as long as, you know, it's something that doesn't have calories. This is what happens on the live. You, like, get yourself cruising all over the place. I'm sorry if I derail. Okay, Bang. If you are doing keto for health reasons, a disease, an illness, a syndrome, you may not want to drink Bang. It has chemical ingredients just like many other things do, and a lot of chemical ingredients can cause an inflammatory response. So, you know, you have to kind of, you know, those choose your own adventure books? Keto is a choose your own adventure book. You have to figure out what works for you. I can drink Bang. I don't have a problem. It doesn't affect my weight loss, and I stay in ketosis. To each their own, Sasha. I think Bangs taste better than Monster. I'll still drink Monster if I can't find a Bang. Yeah, so it's a to each their own thing. You have to figure out what works for you. If you are super strict keto or trying to be super strict keto for health and inflammatory reasons, you probably shouldn't be drinking anything artificial. Love you too, Sheila. Yeah, everyone has kind of their own way of doing it to some degree, but you have to do what works for you. Actually, speaking of which, I need to go get mine out of the freezer. Stand by, guys. I'm gonna let you look at my Christmas tree while I go get my Bang. What do you think of that? You're even being held up with a remote. It doesn't get much more live than this. Back. No, Bang doesn't break your fast, but it can kick you out of ketosis. It does for some people. You have to check yourself. Awesome, Rachel. Del, I've done the cotton candy with vodka, and it's delightful. I left it in the freezer too long. 4-week stall, go back to simple keto. Bacon, eggs, avocado, romaine lettuce with ranch, steak, and broccoli. You'll break your fast in a couple of days. If you keep it simple like that and you just eat the absolute basics, you will break your fast. It's the chemicals and, you know, the added piles of dairy and what have you. I do not take a multivitamin. They all make me nauseous. I wish that I could. They all make me sick to my stomach. It's been my experience since I was young. I even had a really hard time with prenatal vitamins. That was one of the hardest things that I ever had to do and take. I just had steak, and now I am like, I have to have steak. Do you guys find that, like, your keto cravings are almost more intense than what your fat kid cravings were? Like, when I was eating everything under the sun, I took for granted that I could just eat a pile of this crappy food. But, like, with keto, when I start getting a hankering for something that I have to have, same with me, Schwinn, I swear to God, I threw up every day that I took prenatal vitamins. I actually had nutrition counseling during both of my pregnancies and had to have a diet structured so that I didn't have to take prenatal vitamins. Isn't that crazy? I still tried to take them, but I threw them up every day. So they gave me this, you know, laundry list of foods that I needed to be eating. Isn't that nuts? Right. So I get into a craving where I understand how there be people on here eating sticks of butter. And I'm like, holy shit, I see how that could happen. I do. I so see that. Like, oh, I hate when people say, that's not keto. Keto is a metabolic state. You can get there eating literally anything. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that one M&M has 20 net carbs. If you ate one M&M on a Monday and that's all you ate, you stayed at your 20 carbs and could get into ketosis. You would be also in starvation mode, but you'd be in ketosis. The whole this is keto, that's not keto. My question when people say that is, why are you doing keto? Are you only doing keto for weight loss? If you are only doing keto for weight loss, the world is your oyster. There are so many products that you can enjoy that are, keto treats and low carb treats and whatever that you can have and still lose weight like gangbusters. But if you are doing keto for health reasons, whether it's in inflammation, if you are doing keto for fertility, PCOS, MS, the list is cancer. The list is staggering. If you're doing keto for one of those health reasons, you should be much more concerned with your ingredients. And that's just the facts. Everybody's different. You got to choose your own adventure here and see what works. I didn't exercise a lot, but 3 months into keto, I got an insane amount of energy, and I live a very active lifestyle. When you guys see me sitting talking to you, that's probably the only time of day that I will sit. Otherwise, I'm up and at 'em. See, all of those, Atkins bars and treats and all of those, they trigger my sugar cravings really bad. They make me want to eat all of the things. And I also get a lot of stomach upset. I get a lot of, I'm going to try not to make this gross. I know a lot of people get diarrhea from them, but I get bubble gut. Like really, really painful bubble, gassy tummy from all of those treats. I still eat them sometimes because I'm an ASS hole, but they don't make me feel my best, which leads me to believe that they're probably not a great choice for me. Yeah, Schwinn, the homemade treats aren't as bad. Like when I make something at home from scratch, I am very I don't know, it's not as bad, but when I eat the prepackaged stuff, like the fart bars, the elevation bars from Aldi or any of those things, I get a stomach ache and I want to eat everything. It makes me want to drive through the drive-through and get a milkshake or something awful. Oh, the Lily's chocolate chips don't make my stomach hurt. Oh, that sucks, Asia. I would be sad. I just don't like the taste of Quest bars. I don't know if I could eat them because I've never been able to make it through enough of one to cause a stomach upset. I just don't like the flavor. They taste like vitamins to me, and we all know how Amanda feels about the taste of vitamins after watching this vlog. There's some Chalk Zero in my keto box this month, and I am stoked. I haven't tried them yet. Lisa, when I do sweetener in my coffee, I use the skinny syrups, and I love them. People always have something to say about the diet. When you have people that don't believe in keto and don't believe in fat for fuel and think that we're all going to die of a heart attack because we're eating cheese, I just don't engage with people like that, you guys. I do not even talk to them about it. I can already tell that their mind is made up. So I will take the age-old stance of, come here, Sancho, agree to disagree. Because people that feel like that, I'm not gonna change their mind. There's nothing, no matter how much education someone has, if someone has already made their mind up that they're not into it, there's nothing I'm gonna say to change their mind. So I just don't engage. I can already tell if someone's going to start going off the rails, and I don't want to take up that negative mental health space. Dan's Keto Frosty is Legendary. Legendary. Oh, people get so aggro about it because they think that they know better. It kind of makes me want to go to school to get some kind of nutrition degree so that I could sit down and tell people, like, hey, you've been lied to your whole life. How's it going? You know, a lot of people that went to school and college for nutrition many moons ago were taught that. They were taught that. And it's not to say that they're wrong, but that's literally what they were taught, you guys. Like, they were taught that plain pasta was healthy and all of these things. And the way that sugar metabolizes in our body is killing people. I don't really know how to answer that. If you don't like almond flour, you probably won't like the donuts. I hate coconut flour, so my doctor is 150 bazillion% on keto. All about it. She was absolutely all about it. Yeah, I really think that people are just really blithely unaware of what sugar does in our system and in our body, and sugar is the number one cause of, you know, inflammation in the body, and I think that we just need to be mindful of that. Yeah, Dan's Frosty. Lissa, that's another video that's kind of way down in the vlog. It's like one of the first handful of videos from the very beginning, but it's also on Instagram. I'm gonna try really hard to remember to tag all of these videos in the description. If I forget one, just let me know. I think sugar is more addictive than some drugs because it's a drug that you can't get away from, you know? If you're a cocaine addict, you don't have to be sorry, it's fine. If you're a cocaine addict, you can probably stay away from cocaine. If you're a food addict, you cannot stay away from food. You still are going to go to the grocery store and you need to eat to live, right? So it's we're constantly around our biggest trigger, and that's really difficult. You are going to freak about those flavor extracts. They are freaking delicious. I am obsessed. One-on-one flavors. Can you hear me? Send me everything. I will dance on camera. I went to place an order and they have 9 bazillion flavors and I couldn't narrow it down. I couldn't pull the trigger to make a decision. I am shook. Someone said that they thought they tasted like chemicals, and I'm here to tell you that they probably used too much. Just me and Dan do keto. Lincoln and Levi are just learning how to like food. They only really have such limited diets and eat so few things. It would be very, very difficult for me to put them on keto because they would basically only eat pepperoni. Del, the flavor that I used from the donuts came in my keto box, and it was a keto sample pack. It's sugar butter cookie, I think it's called. I think it's sugar butter cookie. Yes, Jasmine, it is the black cherry vanilla bang. It is my absolute favorite. And, like, I put it in the freezer, and it was in there for just a minute too long, so it is a little bit like an icy. I am in heaven right now. I've done a cream cheese glaze on them, Chelsea. I did the chocolate ones that I do once, and I made, like, like a cream cheese, powdered monk fruit, butter. Misty, worth every penny. Dan and I are going to do a review of the keto box later on, and you are going to flip out. Like, honestly, it is worth every red cent. If I went in and bought all of those things individually, the box price would be 3 times as much. Totally awesome company. The Keto Box. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, so go give them a holler. There's no keto loaf bread that tastes good. I hate to break it to you. I would do a fathead sub. Now stay with me, okay? There is a video where, no, not, I don't eat sweet treats daily, but I would say probably about 3 times a week. There is a video that we did for the family size fathead pizza. What if you did this? What if you made a very large fathead dough pizza and baked it and used the bread as like a roll up? I think that would be really good for a sandwich. When I'm dying for a sub, I actually just posted this on Instagram. When I'm dying for a sub, I will eat one of the low carb tortillas and I throw everything in there that I would get on my sandwich. I did ham, bacon, and all. Yeah, melty chocolate chip cookies. Keto Connect has a chocolate chip cookie recipe that has beef gelatin in it that are freaking amazing. Google Keto Connect chewy chocolate chip cookies. It's the best chocolate chip recipe on the planet. Opinion on fat bombs. I only eat them for the taste. I don't think you really need fat bombs. It's really easy to get fat in if you're someone who's eating cheese. And yes, Sarah, that's going to be on my video today. I just tried Bangsterberry earlier and I had a sip of it and I gave it to Dan. I didn't like it. He bought me this one as a reserve in case I didn't like it. Yeah, so, they have so many flavors, Melanie. I could not pull the trigger. I'm not even joking. I had a shopping cart with like 50 in there. I'm like, we can't do that. Sasha, Dan loves the teas. Yeah, Dan loves the teas. I haven't tried the psyllium husk buns. What else can you use that for? The psyllium husk, like in recipes. Is it just a flour replacement? Check 7-Eleven, Christy. Dan's the sweetest man alive. He is my king. He is my treasure. What's funny, him and I, this is really gonna like blow up my spot and blow up his spot right now, but him and I were not really great relationship people before each other. We both were very selfish and made really poor choices and treated people that cared about us really terrible. Not really terrible, but not great. You know, we put ourselves and our own feelings first for sure. And it just really goes to show that when you meet the right person, there's kind of an organic change that happens. When you're with the right person, you're just a better person, you know? It's like loving them makes you want to be better. So it's not a whole lot of forced, you know. I haven't tried Rebel Creamery yet. I would love to try it. I love Enlightened. That's my favorite low-carb ice cream. Christy, I love you. Dan and I, actually, one of my closest friends is actually in this chat right now. Her name is Christy Diet. Her husband David and Dan have been friends for many, many moons. Christy's known Dan for a very long time. I've known her since I first started dating Dan. And I bet you that she can tell you, because she knew him pre-me and pre-kids, that Dan was not the greatest guy that he is now. There's something about starting a family and finding the right person that just kind of made us both our best selves, and we are truly meant to be. He's the greatest. I love that you guys pick up on little things like that, though. He really is, he's something else. He is something else. Can you buy Rebel Creamery in a store, or is it only order online? Because I don't know about you guys, but when I'm like, oh my God, I've got to have some ice cream, like I'm going to Publix. I'm going to the nearest grocery store and getting ice cream. So it's weird for me to think like, oh, I'm going to order this ice cream online. Like I'd be sitting in my front... I'll be sitting on my doorstep waiting for it to show up with like a spoon in one hand and a napkin in the other. Like, I'm not that patient. Jasmine, have you tried Enlightened ice cream? I like Enlightened so much better than Halo Top. I think it is absolutely better. Feel free to call me out. if you think Halo Top's better. Only online. Ah, I like that. Yeah, see, and we, Misty, I don't know where you live, but we have Publix in Florida, and Publix is really good about that. If there's a product that you want to see in store, they will bring that bad boy right in. It's really, really awesome. We actually got more flavors of Enlightened in our store by doing that, and it just makes me so happy. Yes, you have Rebel at your store. Interesting. Okay, so maybe I can request it at my Publix. What tasted chemical, Jasmine? The Rebel? Oh, that sounds really good, Ashley. Avocado ice cream. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical. Oh my God, too cute. I even remember the lady's name that was shook about Dan being shirtless. Like, it just kills me. Edna? Oh, I wish my friend Kristen was in here. She would totally know the name. I love a shirtless Dan. He's in his home. That man works like 16 hours a day. If he doesn't deserve to be shirtless and dancing in my kitchen while he eats snacks, like, you can move it on to another channel. He's gonna stay shirtless. I'm good with it. He deserves to eat donuts in the nude. I know, and we're in Florida. Like, even in damn December, it'll get up to 90. Florida is not playing. We are so close. So, oh, Dell, I get so much slack for cursing, and I feel really bad because there's, there's people that watch it with their children in the room and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm like, sorry. So I'm trying to control myself a little bit, but at the same time, like, I drop an F-bomb in front of my kids too, so judge away. They know not to say it. Yeah, shirtless dancing Dan. He's a riot, right? I'm super lucky. He is really, like, something else. I miss you and Dave, Christy, and the kids. Oh, the entitlement about videos on YouTube is, sometimes makes me not want to do it. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. People think that they can watch a couple of videos of our family and, like, they know my guts. Like, they know my life and who I am and what I stand for. Like, excuse me, what? You just saw an edited 14 minutes of my day. So you don't know my guts. You don't know you don't know everything about me, and you can't make snap judgments on people. Even people that you do know. You never know what someone is going through because you are not inside of their head. So that little piece of my life and my family that you see on YouTube, like, you're not able to make a judgment about who I am as a person. And I feel pretty confident in saying that if I had a chat filled with people that know me and have known me personally for a very long time, we're pretty good people. So, but yeah, I get a lot of garbage. Like, people commenting about everything. Organic and grass-fed. Okay, Judy, here's the scoop. If you are doing keto for weight loss only, it does not have to be grass-fed, organic, yada, yada. If you are doing keto for health reasons, a illness, a disease, trying to alleviate a symptom, smoking's unrelated to ketosis. Then yes, if you're doing it for health reasons, you need to go full force, and that's grass-fed, organic, and this and that and the other thing, eliminating all of those chemicals if you are doing strict keto. But truly, shirtless Dan for merch, Dell, I swear to God, I would never wear anything else. I still want to put the photo of him on the green screen on a t-shirt. Oh my God. Yeah, no one knows what goes on behind closed doors because, we all have our own lives and our own independent thoughts. I try really hard not to let stuff like that get to me, but it hurts my feelings. Whatever. There was, someone, when I first, like honestly, one of my first couple of videos, someone came in and like talked trash in the comments, and it kind of shook me. I was like, I'm pretty sure that I don't want to do this because I didn't want to deal with that. But being here with all of you guys and having, you know, this big group of friends. Oh no, my husband could weigh 900 pounds and I will still love him, but thank you for that, Steve. Love you, Schwinn. Thank you. Where I started reading this maniac's comments and I got like derailed. So yeah, that stuff hurts my freaking feelings, you guys. Autumn, send me an email. Oh so sweet Amanda@gmail.com. Yeah, thanks. So, I'm trying to think of exactly what they said, and I started to spiral. Like, I messaged Lauren, and I was like, what do I even do here? Like, what do I do? Do I delete this comment? Do I delete this person? Christy, I hope so. I need to call him. Do I delete this person? Do I, like, what do I do here? And it like really hurt my feelings. This person basically said that my house was like dirty and that I needed to get off YouTube and clean my house. Thanks. Now, mind you, this video that I'm referring to, I was sitting in a chair and there was like a stack of papers behind me, or like mail or something. So, you know, people just gonna complain. People are just gonna complain, and that's cool. Like, it's horrible, but at the same time, yeah, must not have kids. It's like, I've never claimed to be some like badass housekeeper. I'm really like, you know, I maintain an okay house. Like, you couldn't eat off my floor, but it is what it is. And I think sometimes people are just gonna hate you for just no reason at all, and that's cool too. Or like maybe it was someone I know that hates me, and you know, who knows what it was, but it did shake me and rattle me for a couple of days. And then I chatted it out with Lauren, and I just kind of like got my life together. I like the kitchen to be clean, Ricky. That's my area that, like, when my kitchen and my bathrooms is gross, I will lose my shit. So kitchen and bathrooms always clean. Were Lauren and I friends before YouTube? Yes. But new friends. Lauren wanted to get into keto, and we had a lot of friends in common, and we, you know, kind of connected based on keto. And I had just, my oldest son Lincoln had just been diagnosed with autism, so I kind of needed a friend in that area of life to kind of help me get my life together. So God brought Lauren and I into each other's lives when we both needed each other. So yeah, we were friends before YouTube. She's actually the one that pushed me to start a YouTube channel. I never would have done this without her. That's the kicker, right? Like, you can judge a dirty house if you don't have kids, and I'm just gonna laugh because I could clean my house and 10 seconds later it's dirty. Like, what? At least it still smells clean. They are tornadoes. All of you that are leaving, I'm actually about to leave too, so thank you for being here. I love you guys so, so much. Yeah, so I had someone be like, you know, sometimes people are nasty in the comments and it makes me laugh, but sometimes people are nasty in the comments and I'm like someone was like, you should wear makeup in every video, because you guys know, like, if you've seen me glammed up for work and cosmetics and stuff, like, this face is different. This face is different without a lot of makeup, and someone really like took the opportunity to tell me so. Like, get a grip, right? Oh, good. Steve's back. Gold digger. My husband was pouring fat when I met him. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, hail. Steve has some Some misogyny going on. little misogyny in the afternoon, party people. Nothing new here. Yeah, no kidding, Della. I was thinking the same thing. My email address is ohsosweetamanda@gmail.com. So OHSOSWEET Amanda@gmail.com. Everyone take a second to pray for Steve. Everyone take a second to pray for Steve that he finds the person in his life that's going to make him trust again. Lord, hear our prayers. Steve needs Jesus. Thank you, Christy. I'm not, like, you don't even have to say that. No one is perfect looking without makeup on. Like, you know, I'm cool with it. Like, especially being sick, like, who wants mascara on when they have a sinus infection? No way. Judy, someone else told me that. Oregano oil. So what am I going to do? Am I going to inhale it or what? Do I snort it? Do I put it in a cocktail? How do I get oregano oil to my sinuses? Yeah, I'm praying for Steve as well. He needs Jesus. Oh, it's a pill. I like that. Tammy, it's probably a little bit of something something. He needs a friend is what he needs. Damn. You snort it? Yeah, I don't know, Sheila. You don't tell me that. I'm going to be like, Sheila said that you snort the oregano oil. Oh. All right, guys, I have been on here forever. It's almost an hour and a half, so I have taken my official break and rest from cleaning, and I am going to get back to cleaning. I hope that you guys have the most amazing day ever, and exciting news, this will be kind of a two-a-day because Dan and I are going to do a video together later talking about our keto box subscription. I did go straight to snorting, don't judge me. Shield your eyes. Yeah, so we're going to have a video up later on tonight. We're definitely going to go through the keto box and do a little bit of a review for y'all. And then I'm pretty sure we're going to cook dinner together unless we are able to score date night, which is also a possibility. I love you guys so much. Really have the best day ever and make the best choices that you possibly can today. And if you ever need me, reach out. I will do the absolute best that I can to get your, questions answered and just be there for you. You guys are all here for me. I am here for you. I absolutely love each and every one of you. And Christy Diet, I'm gonna have a Christmas box with your name on it of the usual Christmas treats for the year, so I will get in touch with you.